Okay, we're going to look at the last two lines of the piece now, the spirited section. There are a couple of things to notice. One is that there's some mixed meter coming up, 2 5/8 measures and a 7/8 measure. And you can't practice the metronome on quarter notes and practice all the way through and have it work out evenly. It comes out very bizarre, but you must practice with the metronome. So you need to have a metronome that can eventually move up to the 8th note equals 216, like this. But I'm guessing that most of you aren't used to playing that fast with the metronome, and you can't really perceive the beat. So I would definitely say start much slower, maybe about 126. And while you're slower, I'll show you the other thing you should work on. Playing staccato on the bass clarinet is, to make it sound really beautiful is hard. We always want to chew on the reed, like we talked about in the first section. So just like in the first section, I would play this very legato and keep your embouchure as still as possible. This is 8th note equals 126. So you'll play the entire section through with the 8th note running as smoothly as you possibly can. Once you're up to tempo, similarly to section 1, you will add the accents. The accents, remember, can make us distort things, and then we really start squeaking and cracking notes, and that's not so pretty. So we'll want to play it first well and then add the accents. This is bar 40 at 8th note equals 180, and no accents, no staccatos, just moving. This is the same section, and now I'll add the staccatos and the accents. So to have the notes sound their best, you really need to practice first without those staccatos and accents. Don't forget the pianissimo at 45. In fact, when you practice, I would leave extra time at the end of measure 44 and at the beginning of measure 46 at first. I would do this. If you have a lot of time to change from forte to piano, it's very easy. So practice being successful at changing from forte to piano, and then practice doing it in rhythm. The very ending has that little triplet on the 8th note, and I find that that can be a really awkward little thing. It ends up sounding mushy if you're not clear and not careful. So practice it in uneven rhythms. You'll play long, short, E, F, F sharp, G, and then the opposite rhythm, and then a different rhythm, and then the complementary rhythm, and you should be able to end up with a rhythm that goes triplet G, and you hear every note. That's so important. The other thing that really makes the style of this, I was noticing this when I practiced, if you rush the 16ths at the end, it just doesn't sound cool, but if you put them exactly in rhythm and hold them to tempo, you sound very, very jolly, very in control, very strong. So that would be mushy. Really hold those back.